we go 2 of 3 on the 3 best prop bets from last week's card, where we hit on Arman Tsarukyan to win via knockout. That coming through within the last 2 minutes of that fight. Thankfully, he was able to cash that for us. And then the obvious violence on the Manuel Torres and Nicholas Mota fight to hit under 1.5 rounds. That comes through without too much sweat. The only one we end up whiffing on is Christian Leroy Duncan to get the knockout. I think I exaggerated a little bit too much in terms of how his speed and power would be able to find the knockout there. Shout out to Arman Petrosian going out there and doing what he does best and getting that victory. Obviously, I got another 3 best prop bets for you guys this weekend for UFC Jacksonville. Just a quick shout out to the MMA Fight Archive. Aries FC, LFA, and PFL all go down tonight. If you're still looking to do some research and try to find tape on all these obscure fighters, I got you covered on the MMA Fight Archive. Link in the description below. 7-day free trial so you can check it out for free first before you have to dish out any change. I promise if you do your own breakdowns, analysis, and predicting, you will find a ton of use for it, and it will save you a bunch of time as well. Not to mention, we have Fury FC on Sunday as well, and we'll have all the fighter links to past fights for all those competitors on the MMA Fight Archive. Link in the description below. All right, let's get right into the 3 best prop bets. First one where I'm going to go with is some violence here. The under 1.5 in the Chepe Mariscal and Trevor Peek fight. Trevor Peek is Mr. Violence. I don't care if this guy goes on a 4 or 5 fight losing streak after this 8-0 run that he's on right now. The UFC should keep this guy around because he is guaranteed violence every single time. In 8 of his professional fights, he has only gone over the 1.5 round mark 2 times. Once by 7 seconds and once by 32 seconds. It's guaranteed fireworks every time this guy steps inside the cage, and he has a perfect tango partner this weekend with Chepe Mariscal, who loves violence in his own right. I'm expecting Mariscal to be the one that comes out on top in this matchup, but I fully expect violence within the first 7.5 minutes, no matter who ends up getting their hand raised. So give me minus 165 on this under 1.5. He's slowly turning into Trevor Peek, that is, my Charles Oliveira, my cat that I'd like to bank on for under 2.5s. Peek might be the under 1.5, Mr. Under 1.5, but that will be the first best prop bet for UFC Jacksonville. Excuse me. Second up, or the next two, are actually going to be submission specials for you guys. The first of which is going to be Mr. Brendan Allen, taking him to win by submission at plus 145. I think that he has a significant grappling advantage here over Bruno Silva. And Bruno Silva has shown great discipline and, submission defense in the past against other grapplers, but I just don't think he's fought somebody like Brendan Allen, who is actively seeking the finish every time he gets his opponents to the ground. He's not just a lay and pray type of guy. He is actively looking to get you out of there and hopefully cash a performance bonus for himself. That's absolutely on the table for him this weekend, as I think he has a wrestling advantage and a jiu-jitsu advantage here. As long as he can avoid that big power of Bruno Silva, I fully expect him to go out there and lock up that submission victory. So give me plus 145 on that. And the last bet that we have, or the last best prop that we have for UFC Jacksonville, is going to be Gabriel Santos to win via submission, which currently sits at plus 200. Again, I think he has a significant grappling advantage here over David Onama. This might be a little bit of a firefight on the feet first, but I fully expect Santos to look to get this fight to the ground, wear on David Onama, and then take advantage of the poor gas tank and eventually find that submission probably in the second or third round. I'm thinking even taking a round prop shot here on Santos, whether it's round 2 or round 3, but I think the victory regardless comes via submission. So there you guys go. 3 best prop bets for this weekend. Once again, Chepe Mariscal and Trevor Peek to go under 1.5, minus 165. We got Brendan Allen to win via submission, plus 145, and Gabriel Santos to win by submission, plus 200. Hopefully you guys enjoy all the content that I dropped this week. We're right back at it for next week's card, which is currently escaping me at this moment in time. But actually, it's going to be the July 1st card, Sean Strickland versus Abus Magomedov. Very much looking forward to that card and dropping some more content for you guys. Hopefully you guys cash out this weekend. Enjoy the fights, and I'll see you guys again next week. Peace. I just quickly wanted to add, I got PFL breakdowns dropping as well that are already on the Patreon. LFA as well. If you're looking for breakdowns for those cards, you can find it on my personal Patreon, not the MMA Fight Archive. My personal Patreon link for that is in the description below if you're looking for action tonight before the UFC is serving tomorrow. All right. Appreciate every single one of you guys. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.